water slide animation projected in the simulator that works hand in hand with the donut's twists and turns, so that the rider enjoys a fully immersive experience. While the future version will be small enough to fit in a backyard, its prototype will be massive. So the team takes a meeting with an industrial design firm to provide the blueprints for their industrial-size simulator.
All right, guys, brought the whole army.
We've come up with the concept. Acorn Design is coming up with the reality of the concept.
Oh, we're excited to see these.
And as soon as they sit down, the prototypers are presented with option after option after option. Till finally they see one that they think will work within the 2-week time frame.
It seems like the bench press really is the way to go, but there are some big questions. How big are these, these members going to have to be?
How's the donut going to actually hang, too?
We're actually a big fan of putting the truss up top.
They've got the design sketch down, but clearly details are still a long way off.
All right, well, it seems like there's a lot of work to do. We'll get to sourcing, hydraulics, and steel and all that. Your job, design the entire thing. Make sure it's not going to break.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
With the design plans taking seed at Acorn, the guys have to do their simulation homework. So they jet over to NASA to get a first-hand look at a state-of-the-art flight simulator used to train astronauts and test pilots to fly.
Has anyone ever ridden this while you were warming up?
That can shift 40 feet horizontally and rise and fall a staggering 60 feet inside its hangar at speeds simulating over 7 Gs. This motion works hand in hand with the simulator's video projection to make a test pilot feel exactly like he's flying an aircraft.
Anyway, we can take a look around. Oh, yeah.
To create the G-force that's necessary for accurate simulation, 12,000 psi hydraulic pumps are employed.
So do you think that would be a good way for us to go, to use hydraulics in our motion simulator?
Yeah, I think hydraulics is an excellent way to do.
While this massive amount of power will dwarf what our prototypers will need, the principle's just the same. The controls for our simulator is Zaz's part of the build.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like hydraulics are the way to go. So it's time to get a closer look at the simulation.
So do we get to ride this thing?
Yeah, we can raise it up.
Yeah.
Joe wastes no time jumping into the cockpit and tries his hand at landing the mock helicopter on the moving aircraft carrier, with mixed results.
You're landing on the water there. Let's try this again.
Sorry. At least I almost made it to the ship that time.
Yes.
Even though he's not the world's most natural pilot, the simulator works so well that Joe feels like he's actually flying.
From the controls and the visual stimulation and the movement of everything combined together, it feels like I'm in a helicopter.
After their airborne education inside NASA's flight simulator, the next day, they head back to Acorn to see the finished 3D computer model for their water slide simulator prototype.
What's up, guys? Hey, guys. Good. We heard you had a design for us. Yeah, you guys. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, wow, check it out.
The bench press design they've chosen has 3 main sections. Upright columns to support and stabilize the structure where hydraulics are mounted. A fiberglass and steel donut where the rider sits. And the truss that swings the donut 15 degrees in either direction as it spins inside.
Wow, we can really start to see it take shape here.
But after seeing the final design in motion, the all-important question remains, how big will it be?
This thing's 27 feet in diameter and also weighs around, what, 9,000
Yeah, the whole thing is 9,000 pounds. You're talking.
The spinning donut and truss alone will weigh 4.5 tons, not counting the upright supports.
It's a lot of welding.
It's a lot of welding.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much.
Hey, guys. Thanks a lot.
It is just going to be so great. We just one small issue, we just have to build the thing.
With literally tons of steel needed, that small issue could be a big problem. So they need a trusted ally. But Joe Andreas is a commodity in high demand. A veteran special effects technician of his magnitude makes him a hard man to catch.
Get him! Get him!
So once the guys have him, they're not going to let him go.
This is a big, complex project, and there's a lot of things going on everywhere. And one big piece of the puzzle is the whole mechanical structure. So we need to hand that piece off to someone that can just take care of it. We don't have to worry about it.
The guys have a quick meeting to get Joe Andreas up to speed.
How tall is it? Probably 30 to 35 feet tall.
But it's light is the good part.
It's only like
basically somewhere between 7,000 and 9,000 pounds.
So, what do you think?
Well, that's interesting.
With Joe Andreas suitably shaken up, a special delivery arrives downstairs direct from Splashtacular. Over a ton of fiberglass tubing for the inner ring of the slide. And it's definitely an eye-opener.
It's big. I don't even know if it's going to fit in this room.
The 24 fiberglass sections will get bolted together to make a 27-foot diameter donut. As the pallets are offloaded, the prototypers only now begin to sense the scope of what they've undertaken.
This might be our most ambitious project yet.
I mean, this project is so big that we can't afford any extra work at all. Any slip-ups are going to be very costly.
It's overwhelming to even just see these fiberglass pieces, to think about having to build the entire support structure and a computer control interface to actually move this thing. Totally nuts. I don't know what we got ourselves into.
Despite their original idea, there's no way this machine will fit in a backyard. It might not even fit in the warehouse. That compact simulator will have to wait for future versions. This fast-track build is just for proof of concept.
This is I don't even know if this room is gonna be big enough for this project that we have now.
With the scale of this simulator growing out of control fast, the guys just want to run and hide. Coming up, it's our electrical engineer's day out.
Joe Grand looking for Smokies.
And later, will this journey have a happy ending?
The wheel in the sky isn't turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
The brainy boys of Prototype This have looked into the abyss of water park entertainment, and they've jumped right in. They're building a water slide simulator, a machine designed to recreate all the drops, twists, and turns of a full-size water slide while staying in one place and rotating around the rider. The team has completed their important